Wow, Jake, can you believe that fucking shit happened today in the football? That was crazy.
Yeah, I can believe it.
Well, Merry Christmas, y'all. This is a very
This
Christmas
is the Christmas
episode.
special.
Yeah, this is the
This
Christmas
is the
special.
Christmas special. That's the name
Uh,
of the podcast.
yep,
This is the Christmas
this is the
special.
Christmas special. I would show you my first Christmas gift to the audience if my cat wasn't right on top of it. I was gonna wear my Santa hat.
Oh
Um,
wow.
he's sleeping on it, so it's not mine anymore.
No
Um,
longer up for
no.
grabs.
But I do have a very special gift that I would like to share with the audience, at least for this one. So I didn't
Oh
tell
my.
Jake this, but I went I went into my Google Drive and I found my old journal posts from high school.
Oh no. No. You're exposing yourself
I
to
think I'm gonna
the
read.
10 listeners we have.
Well, quite honestly, I don't think I feel like
You're
I don't.
bearing your soul.
Yeah, I just think it would be funny, and I think it's like something we could maybe, be like, I can market it and be like, hey, listen to my old diary shit. Um, It's nothing too bad. It's just I want to show the audience who I was in high school, and I always think this stuff is really funny. I also thought it would give us like a good amount of content, for
Yeah.
the next hour, that we're trying to fill here. So I found a couple. I also I found I found some of the sketches that we wrote in
Oh
ISNL too.
no.
So we
Oh
can
no.
save some of this stuff and just focus on me, and I think maybe the New Year's one we can do the sketches.
Oh, that's brutal. Jesus, expose some of these sketches.
Yeah, dude. I
Yeah.
found just a
Oh yeah,
tease.
we can have some dramatic readings. Maybe we'll have a dramatic reading of one of the fucking stupid
Yeah,
sketches I wrote.
yeah.
Just
'Cause
that I would write exclusively to piss off fucking
oh
people that were
yeah.
there,
I found
knowing they'd
well,
never be made.
yeah, I found Necrophile Subterfuge. That was
Oh, you found that one?
yeah, which
Oh my god, I forgot about
it's
that.
really funny. I went to because I thought for sure that Robbie, one of our friends and my former roommate, like I thought for sure he had made a new sketch of it. He was like really intent on like making this into like a sketch for something.
Oh, so he tried to redo my idea
He tried to
and just
redo your
make it.
whole idea, but he made it like very Robbie eyes, which I love the guy, but like yours like nothing can top your writing. We're not going to get into this, but I just want to read this first line.
I
This is
don't remember much about it, but I know
okay.
I don't
So
know if it
this,
holds up or not. I have
no,
no
I don't
idea.
I don't I don't know if it will, but this is just the first line, okay? Or the first two lines or whatever. So this is the character named Moderator. And this is from Necrophile
Oh,
Subterfuge. We're not gonna read all of this. We're gonna read my shit in this, but I just want to tease the audience a little bit. So Moderator, hi, this statement is a plot device used to set up a comedic sketch. We're at a city council meeting. I'm the moderator. Pointing, point, and then the character action pointing. That's a fat man with no name.
oh yeah.
So we're in for a good and then I found the one that I found the sketch that I got called anti-Semitic for. So
Oh yes,
we're
that'll be
definitely
the crown jewel of the collection.
yeah. Um so um yeah, it's gonna be great. So that maybe will be our New Year's episode, which we'll record probably tomorrow. But I mean, next week when the games happen. But okay, so I have three diary posts. They're all about girls.
Oh no.
This one is called Blank is a Bitch 5/25/16.
Oh
Um,
no.
again,
2016, good
yeah.
times.
So I was born in 2000, so I apologize if any of this comes off.
It's
Um,
rather crude.
yeah. So like just in 2016, I was 15 years old. So just please take it easy on me. This one's only a page though, so I'm gonna start with this one. And I did write her name, but I'm not gonna share it because she doesn't need she doesn't need to know that pain. But okay. So this is the first couple lines, okay? Uh, again, I was 15 when I wrote this. I'm so sick and tired of fake people. Just when I think I get good at filtering out who is fake and who is real, somebody who I never saw coming get sent my way out of seemingly nowhere. And after feeling as if I knew this person, God damn it, I didn't. I'm at that weird point where you only want to do two things. A, punch a really big hole in the wall.
Okay, Kyle.
And B, cry a bunch and then punch a really big hole in the wall.
Oh, so
Um,
you're trying to even be funny in your journal.
yeah.
You're
Well, dude,
trying to
that's
get a little zinger in there.
I was, I was born to be a comedy writer, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I was just born to be
You were born to
I
write on Family Matters. You were just born 20 years too
too
late.
soon, yeah, too late. Yeah, I think like my whole life, I think I've just been very self-deprecating, and I felt this the other, dude. I was at the bar the other day, and I was going up to like women to try and like flirt and talk to
Hit
them.
on
And
them.
just well, it's just I can't stop making fun of myself. I'm like, oh yeah, I would have got another drink, but like I'm just gonna start puking or something. I wasn't I didn't say that exactly. Like I just make like dumb dad jokes where
Oh
it's like,
my god.
yeah, like see, like a normal person would just stop sports betting, but I'm fucking not, just like weird shit like that. I'm 23 years old now, so I've just not. The point is, I haven't gotten
You're
better.
a 23-year-old dad, father of
Mhm.
none.
Yeah, uh, I have a
That's
cat,
that's your next
but
dad joke. I just gave it to you. You're father of none. Walking with a stupid fucking fanny pack on.
uh-huh. Yeah, I mean that's the whole thing. But we're only just starting on this one. So I'm at the B point. I haven't cried yet, but I was really close to at school tonight. Watching the girl I actually really like, who I was only the boyfriend of for a week, go up and take a picture with some other guy after telling her I want to take a picture with her has really set me off and made me want to write this. I went up to her after the event and I congratulated her on the success of tonight. Um, this is this is
This is
so
brutal, man.
it's hard to get into like details about this, but she had just won something concerning like a performance of hers. And in parentheses, I wrote, "She's fucking terrible, by the way. No presence or charisma whatsoever." Or
Suddenly you're a
maybe I'm
critic.
just.
Suddenly you're a fucking critic.
Could you just imagine like Trump like writing this?
Oh,
Like she's
it's the
fucking
Trump
terrible,
era.
by the way. No presence or charisma whatsoever. All I got was a thanks and a fake smile. Not even a look in my direction. How did we get to this? What happened? Does she not even want to be my friend anymore? It probably makes sense to start from the beginning, which was a week and a half ago. I invited her to my house, seeing as we both liked each other, or so I thought, and we
Oh
couldn't
my
go to the
god.
movies. When I asked if she wanted to hang, she said yes. So I was pretty sure she was into me, and I'd also heard from her friends. She came over later that night, and we started to watch Back to the Future because she had never seen it before, and it was my favorite movie. Uh, Throughout the duration of the film, we got closer and closer to each other, and
Oh
finally,
my
I
god.
took her hand and held it. Uh, I turned, looked at her straight in the eye, and I told her I liked her a lot. The first alarming tip was what happened next. She sort of looked past me like she was presenting a presentation in class and was going to shit her opinion out and said, I like you too. I shouldn't have believed her.
Oh my god. Andrew, why are you doing this to yourself?
Dude, I didn't even read this before I started.
Oh no.
I just
You're
thought it
just
would be
going
on
in
this list.
blind.
Well, dude, it's just like we're just putting this out into the void. Who cares? Uh, she said it so stilted, so fake, but I was too ignorant to notice that she was lying to me. She hung on me, but I don't think she wanted to do so. She left that night and had me thinking that I finally got the girl I wanted. That Monday changed everything.
Oh
I
my
went to hold
god.
her hand and she did it for the first time. And she did it the first time. But after that, she put her arms up as a way to block my hand from ever touching her. She would walk faster to avoid me. She'd take different routes to avoid me. Everything she could to avoid me being her boyfriend of any sort.
Oh my
Uh,
god.
Here we're at the last paragraph. I'm listening.
Jesus.
I'm I'm li- I'm listening to Shut Up and Dance. I'm writing this. I'm looking at pictures on Instagram, and it's all bringing me to tears. I'm done for the night. So yeah, that's the first piece of freshman year drama that I wrote about.
You were a
Clearly,
sensitive boy, Andrew.
yeah, clearly, dude. I do remember liking this girl a lot, and I hope she's doing well. And I feel really bad, like if anyway, like it's easy for anyone to figure out who it was or she knows. Like it's fucking 7 years ago. It was just like a week thing. Like, do I regret everything that happened? Of course I do. But at the same time, like you're like 15 years old. Like, did you really think you were gonna end up with this person for the rest of your life? Like, it's not that fucking traumatic.
Yeah, I mean that's what literal children do.
Yeah.
They think these things are very important.
Well, I think in high school you just feel like everything is bigger and more important than it is because that is the biggest that's like the biggest thing you've ever done in your life so far is high school. That's the first moment in your life that you really start to have true autonomy over your life. And you're also
Yeah.
going through a lot of changes, whether it's hormonal, physical.
Going through changes. And he's
uh
going through changes.
Changes. Um,
Really bad singing. Just
yeah.
awful.
Hey, it fits with the podcast theme of
Yeah.
general
I also, yeah,
apathy.
kind of keep forgetting how the song goes. So I'm really just fucking laying it out there.
What song are you even trying to sing here?
It's it's called Changes by someone. I don't know.
Change. Is it the one
I'm
from
going. It's like
Shrek?
I'm going through
David
changes.
Bowie. David Bowie, right?
Maybe I don't know. I can't.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
looking
it's
it up. No, it's Charles Bradley. I think.
changes, right?
Originally, I think it might have been. I don't know. It
You
could be
know,
Bowie. It could be Bowie. I don't know though.
we're gonna try and find it. I think this was in Shrek 2. Yeah, here we go. Was it that one?
I couldn't. I don't think it's that one. I don't know.
Okay.
The
All right.
audio's not that good, so I can't really hear shit.
No. All right. What do you want to hear next? You want to hear this one's the name of a girl, and then this one's called fucking freshman year.
Fuck, man, this is gonna take me out.
Do you want to get let's just go in chronological order. I only have three of these today, and then we'll just do like a regular. We'll see how long this takes. But you ready for this one? This is fucking freshman year.
Sure.
All right. What is time? Is it really something that we can put numbers to? In my experience, there are certain parts of time that go faster or slower than others. And my God, does the latter seem to happen less and less often. I'm finding fewer and fewer things that actually feel longer than they are. Only a few instances come to mind. Driver's ed, for example. That was soul sucking to have to go 3 days a week for 5 hours, 2 hours, and those days listen to an excruciatingly boring teacher that literally had some sort of car story for every topic possible. Trying to think of where this actually gets good. Okay, we'll skip to this part. All right, my entire world was different before the beginning of high school. I was in love with the girl who I thought to be amazing. I thought was the only girl for me. My friends were people who I just spent the last 2 years in middle school with, but never hanging out with. My best friend is still thankfully my best friend at the end of the year. On the first day of school, I decided to sit with my best friend and the girl that I was supposedly in love with. I still remember how this girl sort of looked at me with one of those faces saying, "Who the fuck are you?" or "Why are you fucking sitting next to me? Why are you fucking sitting next to me?" It's really an overstatement to say that it was a face. It really should be more classified more as a glance.
Oh
Anyways,
my
what did I
god.
do in response to that? I started hating her guts, and it wasn't helped by the fact that she was constantly talking about her new booze and puppy loves. For a short period, I got over it, but that was only because of my new boo. Isn't it weird
Oh
how
my
human beings
god.
only feel better if they do new things? There's barely any respect for old things nowadays. I was fucking 15 years old, dude. I wrote this. This was May 20th of 2016. So this was 5 days before the last one.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You're
Uh,
going through it.
needless to say, I was going through it. You're telling me you never wrote like really dramatic diaries in high school?
No, no. Definitely didn't do that.
Okay. This new boo. uh, so getting back into the embarrassment now. This new boo, however, would not be my new boo for long. She'd become my best friend's boo. I'm gonna drop the boo thing as of now. Good job, Andrew. I'm glad you had that sort of self-awareness.
Yeah, it was
Uh,
bad. It was very bad.
I've
It was
never
bad
once
back then.
I that this might have been the first and only time I called anybody a boo.
Bad.
Yeah, so I guess I was just really feeling it. I remember I think I got really upset with my friend. I was actually with my friend who was dating this girl or had dated this girl, and I was just like really upset with him. I remember grabbing my laptop and starting to write this. Like I was just kind of fucking nuts, dude. Or maybe
Yeah.
just like really neurotic, I guess, at like age 15.
Yeah.
And just really I really wanted like girls to like me really quickly. Um
That's clear. That comes through. That comes across pretty clearly. I don't know. You write as if you thought you were like the star of like a young adult novel. Like you really thought you were in a book.
Oh, dude, you should see the young adult novel I tried to write last summer when I got broken up with.
Oh my
Uh,
god. No. Oh Jesus.
maybe that'll be next year's Christmas special. I tried to
You would
write
like
like
to
a
write
book.
novels when all of your writing hinges around women and why don't they like me?
I'm
That's a common theme in your writing.
yeah, I'm like Ross if he never got women on Friends. Uh,
Yeah.
our relationship started off all fine and dandy. I remember when her and I walked out of class together on the first day, and then I was talking to her, and I started thinking, I could really see myself with this girl.
Oh my god. Why do you write like an old man and like a 12-year-old at the same time?
Well, what I've always tried to do is I think I've always tried to like write older than my age. Um,
Yeah.
and especially true in high school. Now I've kind of caught up to it, but like I always tried to sound smarter and like I was a good writer. Like I was in like honors
Yeah.
English and things like that, and I was nominated for awards for writing for my newspaper, and I wrote columns, right? So I basically like I'm just like a columnist person. Like that's my type of writing. Um,
You're Ray Romano.
I'm Ray Romano, yeah. I'm
Ray
Bill Simmons.
Romano and
Everybody loves
everyone loves
Raymond.
Raymond. That's what you're striving for.
I'm trying to think of I'm like George Costanza if he like never got women and was like 6 foot tall at age 12. Like that's
Yeah,
basically like I mean that's what I
pretty
strive to
much.
be. Um I could really see myself with this girl. She was funny, she was smart, and we could talk to each other like we had been friends forever the moment we met. Literally the second I met her, I had a crush on her. Do you ever do that thing where you envision yourself in situations? You see yourself doing something that probably isn't possible, like how Michael Scott envisioned himself with Hot Flash in The Office. So, context, freshman year, 2015-16 was when The Office was on Netflix, and that's when The Office had like a second life.
Oh yeah.
So I was really, really into that show. And so I tried to live my whole life like it. I remember like thinking that I was Jim in a lot of situations with girls.
Oh
Like
yeah.
she was Pam and she was just dating the wrong guy. And it's like, no, dude, you're just a fucking idiot.
No,
Like,
your life isn't a TV show.
no, no, you go to fucking
I've had to tell so many people that their life isn't a movie. Like your
yeah.
life isn't a movie. Stop pretending it is.
No, it's not that fucking dramatic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There isn't a plot device here. It's just life.
yeah,
Like stop looking for some greater meaning.
yeah.
Don't we know it's all for not? I mean, I'm a Chicago Bears fan.
I know.
It's
There's no
it's
point.
all for nothing.
I think it's just fun. I used to think it was fun to think my life was dramatic, and now I'm just kind of over it. I'm like, I just
Yeah.
leave me alone. Let me just fucking
Well, now you're settling into working and being employed, and you're like, it's just this for 50 years. God, it's my dreams don't exist.
yeah,
They're not real.
your life isn't a
Just
fucking
be a
song.
regular person.
Yeah.
Just time to be regular.
Just to be normal guy, fucking
Not the special guy I wanted to be in high school. That is right in the stupid little column.
when I was writing a column to myself that I
A
never
column
share with anybody.
myself.
Yeah. I started envisioning myself with her as her boyfriend doing all those relationship things like cuddling and kissing and going to movies and stupid little shit that most guys don't think of because all they want is to have sex.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ! You are such a nice guy. What the fuck, bro? You have
I want
no alpha energy.
I
You
wanted
reek the beta energy, bro. What the fuck you
I mean,
doing?
I still do that. Like I still very
I
much
know.
reek
I
of
have to
that.
fucking kick you in the ass all the time because you fucking reek of beta energy. Like,
uh
stop being a bitch.
but here's the part. Here's the next part, Jake. I want to have
God damn
I want to have sex, of course, but I also want
it.
to have a fun relationship that makes me
I
happy.
also want to have a committed relationship where we grow. We have picnics.
I take her
We
out
like the
treats.
same music. And we get ice cream cones. You want like a 1950s Back to the Future
uh,
relationship.
I put out my jacket when there's a puddle so she can walk
Yeah.
over it.
Chivalry isn't dead.
I do have a buddy who, like, all throughout college, and I love him to death. He was like, "Man, I haven't had sex for so long," and then he would immediately go back and he'd like, "But I couldn't have a one night stand though, man. Like, I want something more important." I'm like, "Bro, you're
Shut
20
up.
fucking one. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, just have sex, dude. Like, you're not. Most of these girls are crazy or they're awful or they don't want to have a relationship. Just fuck, dude. Put on a condom. Just fuck. Like, it's not that fucking deep, you
Come
know."
into a bag, come into a grocery bag, and get over it. You'll realize that it's not that great.
Yeah,
It's like
it's
once you have sex enough, you'll realize like, oh, this is kind of like meaningless and not as good as I would like it to be.
yeah. I mean,
Especially one night stands.
yeah.
Like there's no chemistry generally. Like
Yeah,
it's
and you
rough.
always you feel bad after, you
Yeah,
know.
it's
Like
gross.
the few that I've had, I'm just like, oh, god damn it. You know. I feel
Yeah,
shame.
you never feel like I never look back on these moments and feel any
No,
sense of pride.
no. Dude, I feel shame just talking to a girl at a bar. Like the next day I'll be like, oh dude, why who cares?
Yeah.
You know? And it could have gone very well. Like I've had the few times it's gone well, but it's like, oh, dude, I don't even want to talk to her. Like I don't like I just too much effort.
You're
Um,
like, oh, I just wanted to come. Like I could have just went
uh,
home and jacked off,
well,
and
dude,
it
that
would have
was like
like we would have saved each other a lot of bullshit.
I don't know what Come Town episode it was, but I remember like Stav and Nick talking about like how you don't masturbate for a week and you think you want to get married. You know?
Yeah, yeah, it's not good.
It's like, man, no, you need to rope it out. Like you need to rope one out and just like kind of get over those like feelings.
Reassess. Go back to baseline. See
Yeah.
what you're working with.
Yeah. Like you need to just kind of like you, you need to fucking touch grass is what you need to do, you know.
Yeah,
Um,
have a
but
hobby.
get a hot yeah, just go
Do
jerk off in
something
the shower.
interesting.
Go
Do something like so many guys spend so much time developing no skills and then they wonder why women don't like them. It's like, well,
Mhm.
there's nothing about you that's interesting.
No, you're boring as
Like
fuck.
when you talk to a woman, you need to be able to point to something and be like, yes, I do this. This is how I spend my time. I have developed skills.
Yeah. Or you can
Here,
just
I'm a
go
cool guy. I'm
you
not
can
a fucking useless douchebag.
yeah, or you can build Legos like me.
Yeah, you can also do that. It's not like you. It's not. I'm not saying you can't build Legos, but you need to
No.
do something with your life.
No, like have like
Just being like,
interests.
I put 40 hours a week into playing a video game is not going to do anything for
No.
most women.
Dude, I have a boss and like he's cool, but like I mean, he's got a wife and kids and stuff like that. But like I was like, what do you do like outside of work? And he's like, yeah, I just go home and I basically like work more. And it's like, no, dude, you gotta have more than that. Like he's like, I go home and I look up stuff for work, and it's like, no, bro, you can't do that.
Yeah,
No, you have to like
go.
you have to watch a Netflix series. Like you gotta be normal, you know?
Yeah,
Have
fucking
interests
go
and
join
stuff.
a rec league. Go play basketball at the Y. I don't know. Like anything is more fucking interesting than what you're doing. It's like
Yeah,
you need to be able to talk to someone and talk about what your interests
meet
are and what
people,
you
like
do.
keep growing. Dude, this
I
whole
work
thing,
on cars. I
yeah.
play basketball. I fucking shoot skee ball at the Chuck E. Cheese. I don't fucking. You do something.
Yeah. I like to watch people walk by.
I play Magic the Gathering.
I play Magic. Yeah, man. I mean, I saw when Ozempic right, first kind of like started making the news last year, right? Where people are like, oh, you can stop eating and like it makes you less hungry and you start losing weight. It's like, man, you stop doing stuff, you stop like existing, you stop having interests, like you stop, consumption is not great, but like, you don't go out to the fucking coffee and coffee shop and get a coffee and talk to people, or you don't go out and like enjoy art or whatever. Like it's not going to just be your appetite that something like Ozempic diminishes. It's going to be almost every positive part of your life.
No,
Um
it's go for a run. Do something.
get off your
Get a
fat ass.
gym membership and go there, and there'll be people you can socialize with.
Hmm. Yeah,
Do
dude.
something
It's always like
with your time.
when people are, I understand like not wanting to live in a big city, maybe because you think it's gonna be like you're in your car all the time. But like being in a city and being like, oh, I don't like people, it's like, bro, like you gotta meet people, you gotta keep growing, like you gotta keep finding out what's good for you. Um,
Bro, yeah, I'm pretty extremely antisocial. And
mhm.
even I still need to engineer scenarios in which I can socialize with people.
Yeah, dude.
Otherwise, I'll go insane and become totally
I
unhinged.
know. Well, that's why I forced you to do this podcast because I don't want to see that one of my friends murdered somebody in Tampa Bay.
You gotta keep me reeled in.
Yeah, I gotta make sure that you're doing, um, you're doing okay, and make sure old Jakey's not going crazy, you know, in Tampa Bay. Um, but yeah, okay. We used to play stupid stomp on my foot, I stomp on yours games. I would throw things in her face and she would throw it in mine. The way I thought she looked at me was extraordinary. It was enchanting. I could get lost in her eyes. Um, yeah, dude, I wasn't even that big of a fan of Taylor Swift. Um, I went to our friend's cabin the first weekend of the school year and I couldn't stop thinking about her. There's a certain point in this relationship way early in it that I now see as something that should have tipped me off that this is not one of those healthy relationships. Happy. I was just too stubborn to notice it. I met this girl before lunch. We had two of the same classes before, but it neither included the happy presence of my best friend. He was in our lunch, and I, of course, sat with him because one, he's my best friend, and two, he didn't know that girl. And they didn't know that they had the same class after. I guess she had seen him in there with me at lunch, asked him about him, and discovered that most people pointed to me as one of his good friends because the next week after she had done some scooping, she had come to one of the prime sources. The questions came in all directions and at a faster speed than Russell Westbrook running to murder the Rip.
Oh no.
And anything you could have possibly asked me about this guy was asked. By the end of it, she was scraping the bottom of the barrel so hard that I got asked whether he liked green or purple grapes better. I should have known that she was using me, and I think I did at the time.
Oh my god. You can't see this woman's motivation
No, bro, I
that
was
she
15.
likes him and she's trying to get information about him.
Hmm.
You can't see that.
Hmm. No, I was just like really, it's that lie you tell yourself, that this is gonna work out, or like this is not, something's like this close to your face. I'm putting my hand in front of my face right now. And you don't see it because what is it, the wool over your eyes,
You get the wool over
Um,
your eyes. They got the blinders down. They get tunnel vision. I can't see the forest for the trees.
mhm. No,
All these platitudes.
so here's the story that comes after. So she invited us to her table, and I agreed quicker than the flash. Uh, but all of a sudden she changed her mind. We could still join her table, but we couldn't until the next day. I asked why, and she responded that what she was having for lunch was really embarrassing. This didn't make sense to me, but looking back on it, it makes sense. She didn't want me coming over her table yet because that meant my friend would come over to the table, see her food, judge it, and think less of it. Bro, I just fucking cracked the case, dude. Uh,
Jesus, you're a genius.
um, I have one of those Target brand lunches with everything coming in one container. So you think he's going to think less of you because you have a Target brand lunch? Are you that much of a materialistic bitch that you think you can
Oh my
watch
god.
someone's?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
God damn, she was insufferable. Um,
You're out of your mind.
yeah, dude. I mean, like, yeah, I was just really, really lying myself and really hoping that this would
And he
work out.
needed to fuck.
Dude, I mean, I didn't. Uh,
You
It
were
was
chumming the
like,
waters. You were trying to get anyone to
well,
fucking come
so
along
I
and
don't
fuck you.
know. I don't know if like, oh, I wrote another sports analogy in here. Um, so like basically the whole thing goes, maybe I'll read a little more, but like she like she got me to get my friend to ask her to homecoming, and I wanted to ask her to homecoming, but she wanted my friend to ask her, and so I asked her
Really,
friend,
really,
yeah.
I definitely didn't get that from any of what you wrote.
But basically what happened was like I ended up asking her friend to homecoming.
Oh
And
yeah, you
then
settled.
that like
Nice.
wasn't working. And her friend was very attractive, like is still very attractive. Like, I can say that because we're the same age. Um, this is really going to be obvious. So I don't think they'll ever listen to it, but anyways, so like, yeah, I don't know. I broke up with that girl from homecoming, and then I ended up dating this girl for, after. But dude, it was like a day difference that I went to go date this girl, this like third girl of my freshman year, like I was like thirsting in my freshman year
Clearly, you were getting
of high
blasted with some
school.
hormones and probably
Dude.
whacking off 3 times a day. Like,
Maybe,
you had
dude.
a
I
lot of
don't
pent up feelings.
I wouldn't put it past myself, you know, to be that
It's probably a
crazy.
pretty accurate prediction.
No, I mean like honestly, dude, I mean there's multiple stories of my mom like walking in on shit like that.
Oh no.
I can't nothing that I'll probably say right now, but like, just I was a very I don't know. I had a certain type of way to myself, I
He
guess.
was an amorous lad.
Yeah, I was very, I really, really wanted to discover the female body at that age, but I
Yeah,
just did not have the cojones to do it. Um,
no.
and I still don't really have the cojones to do it. Like I still very much, um, I still very much like, I think I have too much of the nice guy. Like, oh, it's okay. Like I just,
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know how to be mean. That's my issue, man. Like, and I don't think I'm a very nice guy, but I think when it comes to dating, I'm like, oh, that's okay.
You're deferential.
Well, how do you not be deferential, I guess? Like, how do you like I'm like, oh, if you want, maybe it's just like we should go get drink, like just put it out there. I'd be like, would you like to go get drinks? Just like tell her what to do.
Well, my answer is that I'm probably somewhere on the spectrum, and I just don't. I lack social capacity that enables me to just basically put up with bullshit on
Hmm.
any level.
I mean, yeah, I
I'm just very blunt in nature, I guess.
is that putting you on the spectrum though? Like I thought that was more, I don't know.
It's a potentiality of being on the spectrum, hence the spectrum moniker,
True.
as it denotes a wide range of potential characteristics.
Yeah.
Is that a sufficient
uh
answer? Very like this
brother,
way of speaking is not typical of someone who's not on
no.
the spectrum.
I mean, I would the fact that you like don't have feelings, I think is more on the spectrum that I like
It's that I just don't. I cannot relate in that way.
no.
It's weird.
No, you're like I will not share any sympathy for you no matter what happens.
Yeah,
Um
pretty much.
um so I mean like
That's cool. That's cool guy shit.
yeah.
Not feeling. That's what a man is supposed to do. Not feel.
Oh yeah, I guess
Well, it
that's
is
what
actually fucked up. Like that is kind of our culture's ideal of masculinity is just like this cold, unfeeling dude.
wow.
Stoicism.
Um
That's what's rewarded.
yeah, yeah, I mean that's the Daily Wire man, right? Like that's the
Well, that's the bullshit. They're the guide to be a super Chad. That's
yeah.
not how it works.
They have a kids streaming service.
That's
Yeah, it's
that.
really
I
fucking
don't.
weird.
I'm not surprised by that. I didn't know
Yeah.
that, but I'm not surprised by it.
Yeah, I mean like I it's like they made like a Bluey ripoff. Like it's really weird. Um, it's like they were gonna make it like Daily Wire for kids, and then they changed the name to something else. They, you
Well,
know,
they made some fucking comedy movie recently. Because you were always telling me that Ben Shapiro is a failed comedian, and
yeah,
apparently they made some fucking comedy movie
yeah. He's a failed
just
comedian.
recently.
I know for sure he's a failed screenwriter. I think his dad might have been a movie producer at some point.
That's very
Um,
funny to me.
yeah, they made like they made a comedy about like guys, coming out as trans women and joining a basketball team and dominating.
Oh, okay. I
Um,
got that. Seems very, very typical of Daily Wire.
yeah, which it looks like absolute shit. And then they're doing, I think Adam Carolla is doing, he like sold them some show that apparently he's been trying to sell for years, even before, politics got as stupid as it has been. But it's got like a really weird cast. Like Danny Trejo's in it, Rob Riggle's in it. Like all these weird. It's like there's some people in there. I'm like, why are you in this? Like when I think Patrick Warburton was in it, and I was like, dude, I hope you're just collecting a check, which I think he is. He doesn't really come off as like that kind of Republican, Like he doesn't come off like a Daily Wire Republican. He comes off more as like a Tim Allen Republican.
The classic Tim Allen Republican.
Yeah,
The Daily, dude, who's that one fucking guy in the Daily Wire with the really annoying beard?
Matt
It's
Walsh.
like Jet. Yeah, that fucking guy.
Yeah,
He has got one of the most repulsive beards I've ever seen in my life.
yeah. They have a lot of really
I
annoying
can't get
guys.
over his stupid face.
Yeah,
Well, the Daily Wire, it's either hot chicks or it's Matt Walsh.
yeah. It was
Those are the two people that they have on their fucking channels. They'll get some hot chick, or they'll get Matt Walsh.
yeah. Oh yeah, Michael Knowles is the guy that I fucking hate from that goddamn fucking um website. He has like a podcast or was on a podcast with like Ted Cruz for a while. And he
Oh
just kind of
god,
like
it seems brutal.
he does not ever sound like he believes what he's saying. Like Matt Walsh to me, like I actually think he believes it because he's that stupid. But like Michael Knowles, like I was like, dude, you know that you're just grifting. And then obviously Candace Owens is one of the funniest people that
Oh,
they
she's
have
the
on there.
best grifter in the game.
Oh,
I
dude,
love her. She's so
she's like
funny.
kind of racist. Like that's the
Of
fucking thing.
course. Well, there's a market for that.
Yeah, for
A
black.
black person being racist against black people
Yeah.
is a desirable thing in some white communities.
Hmm.
Because then they have someone they can point to and be like, well, see, a black person said this shit, so it's fine. They love it. So can't hate the game. Can't hate the fucking player. Hate the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, she also I think had Kyle Ridden. Like Kyle Rittenhouse has done like the full
Oh
suite
yeah,
of
that
shit.
fucking guy. It's so funny.
Um. So I mean, he was just on a podcast with or show with Tucker Carlson, looking extra pudgy.
Oh yeah. Well, he's a pudgy guy.
Yeah, but he like pudgier, which
Did
makes
you
me
ever think he was
happy.
gonna get lean? Like you
No,
you can look at a guy at that age and go like, yeah, you're probably just gonna get worse.
no. If you're like
It's not
22
gonna
and
get better
if
for
you're
you.
22 and you haven't gone through like the amount of body changes I've gone through,
Yeah.
um, yeah, dude. So
Your struggles with your body always make me laugh.
I'm glad somebody I think it's funny. Like when I'm not like completely overweight, I think it's funny. Like it's just like
Yeah.
I'll just go through stretches where it's like, oh, Andrew's gaining. One time,
Fat
dude,
as shit, and then
maybe
just, oh no, I gotta
yeah.
shed all this. It's so funny.
I was like, oh, I was, the famous like thing was like I was like 45, 245 when I graduated college, and I'm only 6'1", so like that's a pudgy
So
boy.
that's a sturdy boy.
Yeah, and I remember like somebody from my family hadn't seen me for like a couple of months. I really gained a lot like the last 2 or 3 months of school. I don't know why. I think it was maybe just like
You were eating those pizzas every fucking day.
dude,
That's what's
my
happening.
my buddy would just buy pizza all the time. I would have like 4 or 5 meals a day. And I was not
Yeah,
a
they'll
growing
do
boy
it.
at that point. I was
It's
done.
not like you were lifting that
No. Well, that's
extensively.
that's the story. That's the
You're
story.
like, oh, bro, I'm gonna go to the gym. No, you're just fucking eating.
Yeah, that's the story. It was
I'm
like,
bulking.
yeah, no, that's the story, dude. Is like this guy who hadn't seen me for a couple months comes to my grad party and I'm overweight. I'm wearing this extra large t-shirt and he's like, he's like, "Are you bulking?" And I was like, "No, dude, I just fucked up. I just fucked up, bro. I
I
got,
just got fat.
I just got fat, dude."
Oh man, never gets old.
Yeah, it was an unfortunate time. I go through like 10, 20 pound spurts. Like I think it, happens. And like I'm in the city now, so like I definitely feel like I'm back on the losing part, which is nice. Like I
You're
feel
walking
leaner.
around more,
Well,
hopefully,
dude, I
so
walk
get
like
some cardio
10,000.
in.
I walk like 10,000 steps a day, like by accident, you know.
Yeah,
Um, so I mean, like, and it's also too like a part of it's just like not, it's nice to like get your workout done in like one time, but it's also like having multiple kind of things,
yeah,
like I walk to the train, I walk to work, I walk home from work, I go to the gym, like, it's nice to have like different spurts of it. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It's nice being in the city because just like, oh, I'm not just stuck, and eating in my mom's room, my mom's house, it's just like
yeah,
actually feels like I'm, out and about a lot. Even if I'm not doing anything, it's like, well, I gotta walk to the fucking can walk 30 minutes to the gym, just skip cardio at the
yeah.
gym, you know, skip the elliptical.
Getting jacked, getting swole.
Yeah, you have the
The
Planet
fucking
Fitness.
gym. Oh
Dude,
yeah,
I'm at the
setting
Planet
off the lunk
Fitness.
alarm.
I'm in a very specific part of the city where it's like it's a nice it's really funny because it's a combination of like the gayest men you'll ever see and
Oh
then
yeah, the
the
gay section.
most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life at Planet Fitness,
That's where the
dude.
beautiful women like to go. They like to go to the gay sections.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense, but it's just like it's just funny 'cause it's like I thought they were all gonna go to like the nicer gyms around here, but yeah, I don't know. It's funny. I did just find so I found my top 10 favorite movies from when I was 16. Would you like to hear them?
Oh, this is gonna be a lot of Marvel.
Yeah. So number 10, American History X.
Oh my god, starting off with the
Just
Nazi curb stomping film.
dude, yeah. The one where Edward Norton learns not to be racist because he does laundry with a black guy in prison.
Yeah,
It's actually really good. It's just like I don't his whole like his whole thing about like not being racist anymore is kind of funny because it's like he literally just does laundry with a guy and they talk about basketball and it's like that's all that needed to be
that's what
done.
it took.
Yeah, that's all that it took in that movie. Have you seen it?
No.
Dude, he goes it's been a while since I've seen it, but he goes to prison, he curb stomps a guy, they're breaking into his house. He curb stomps a guy and then he goes to prison and they put him in charge. I don't know how long he's supposed to be in prison because he was, a murderer, but I think well, it was like a different degree because it was, he was defending his house or whatever, right?
Yeah,
And he goes and he starts doing laundry, and like this guy and him, like he's just calling him the N word, or like I think for a while he won't talk, like he just won't, um, respect uh him being in the same room, and then they were like talking about like Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, which is like kind of realistic because guys around like the 90s were actually
oh yeah,
overcoming their
Larry Bird.
racism
Yeah, oh yeah, they
because they
were
were like,
huge
oh,
in that.
Magic and fucking Larry are friends.
Yeah, they're cool
So
guys, man. They're buds, they're pals. We can be friends too.
so I mean, if you ever want to get over your racism, just go to prison and do laundry with a black guy. Um, but yeah, number 9, Creed. We got number 8, Moneyball. Number 7, Spider-Man 2. Number 6,
Classics.
Wayne's World. Number 5, Walk the Line. Number 4, Shawshank Redemption, which is the ultimate dad movie. Number 3, Whiplash. Number 2, Fight Club. And
Oh yeah,
number 1, Back to the Future. So,
Back to the Future. You gonna sign up for a boxing gym, Andrew, so you can LARP Fight Club?
uh, no, I could do the UFC gym. Just get really fucking,
Yeah, just go and get pounded on.
yeah, just get fucking
Could beat up.
eviscerated by like, I mean, there's a big Serbian population apparently in Chicago, so
Oh
you know
yeah.
that they're gonna be there.
You'll see Borko around. My best friend is a fucking Serbian man.
Orko, that's awesome.
Oh yes, he's a
I've only ever
judoka.
seen,
He'll fucking throw you on your head. Cool
yeah,
guy. Cool guy stuff. Wears track pants,
yeah,
big beard.
hmm
Classic.
that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, there's guys there at the gym that like, I'm like, how are you not like a professional fighter? You just look like you could be, you know.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of range in physiques of fighters. Like Tyson Fury is one of like the biggest. He's a boxer, so he's not like a UFC guy, but
Yeah, he beat
he's
Jake
he's
Paul.
tall as fuck, but he's
Jake
just got
Paul.
a super doughy physique. No, that's actually his younger brother, Tommy.
Hmm. Oh, Tommy
Tommy
Fury.
Tommy looks like a model. Tyson looks like an ogre. Tyson is considered by many to be like the best boxer in the world, best boxer of
uh,
all time. Which there's some, truth to that. Whatever. But he's got huge love handles. He's super fucking tall. He's like 6'7", but it's got some love handles. Not a great physique.
yeah.
And just recently, he boxed Francis Ngannou, who was the UFC heavyweight champion for a while. Insanely fucking jacked, like
Hmm.
cartoonishly jacked. As a child, he was literally working in a fucking sand mine in
Hmm.
Cameroon.
Hmm.
Freak. In his
Yeah.
first boxing match, basically beat the shit out of this fucking guy,
Hmm.
out of Tyson Fury. Totally opposite physiques. But yeah, you could see both elite fighters. Although in like a real fucking fight, Tyson would be lunch. Lunch for Francis.
Mm. They don't really do weight classes in fighting, right?
Oh, they do. Yeah.
Do they?
The
Okay.
original UFC, what is so interesting about it is that they did not there were no weight
Mm.
classes at all. It
Yeah.
was just like there was one in the first one, there was literally a fucking sumo wrestler.
Hmm.
The first UFC fight ever was a 400-pound sumo wrestler and like a 6'6" like Dutch kickboxer.
Dude.
And the way it went, it was like this fight was like 15 seconds long. The sumo wrestler like charged at the kickboxer, kind
Hmm.
of like fell down in the corner, and the kickboxer just kicked him right in the face while he was like the sumo guy's knee was on the ground, and just kicked all his teeth out into the crowd.
That's awesome, dude.
The guy wasn't even wearing a fucking mouth guard. Just lost all his teeth, and that was it.
Super
That was the
unsafe.
fight.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's fucking nuts, dude. It just, I mean, the UFC feels like the Wild West of most professional sports, but I
It kind of
imagine when
is,
it
yeah.
first started, it was even worse.
It was fucking madness.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
You got to watch it, man. I've been trying to get you to watch it all. I
Oh,
guess all night.
I honestly like miss
It's like
when
an
it's
hour
on.
long. It's classic.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, I mean, there's a sports book right over here. I live close to Wrigley. So I can probably just go there and just watch it and drink.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I'll go there for the next one.
Yeah, go to the next one. Watch the original. The original's so fucking funny.
Hmm.
The announcer has such a weird fucking name. I can't remember. Like he has a weird nickname. Can't remember what it is.
So what's the
But he also
upcoming?
after every fighter's name, like he'll say their name and then he'll say their last name again. It's just very weird. It's like Hoist Gracie, Gracie. It's so fucking weird. Like, why are you doing that? Doesn't make any
Oh my God.
sense.
Okay, so 296 was the one that just happened.
296 just happened on Saturday. Yeah.
Okay. What's the difference between like the numbered? Why are some numbered and then others are like
Some are
fight
fight
night?
night and some are 290, are like the big numbered ones. The
Hmm.
big number ones are supposed to have fights of greater significance generally. So they're like lots of the big headliners, title matches. They're all the pay per view.
Hmm.
Whereas like the fight nights, apparently, if you have like UFC Fight Pass, you just watch those ones.
Okay. Well,
And
because
they're
they put,
they're usually smaller fighters. They're
yeah.
3-round fights instead of like 5-round fights.
Mm. Well, because they put some of those on like ESPN Plus, but
Yeah,
is
they
that
do.
pay-per-view still though?
Well, it kind of is, kind of isn't, because it's like you're paying for streaming service. So it's like you have to
Um,
pay to see all of them, but it's like the $80 pay per view is like the main one. Those
yeah,
are the number one. They're fucking expensive,
it's
so I
kind of
don't
like
get them all the time.
that's like kind of like what they did with some of the Disney movies on Disney Plus, where you to like get the subscription and then like pay like $30 to watch it. You know,
Yeah,
when they were putting out some of
whack,
the movies during COVID and shit. Which
super whack.
crazy how fucking Disney isn't doing super well with their box office right now. And they were like, yeah, we'll just put it all on Disney Plus,
They're
for
dying.
free. Yeah. I mean, that app is killing them. So, um, we'll see. But yeah, maybe I'll get into it. Who's the guy who runs UFC? Dana
Dana
White.
White.
There's a
Yeah,
picture of him with a Santa hat on, which I really like.
Dana's a
But
fucking goofball. I mean, people love to hate on him, and for good reason. But like, he's the greatest fight promoter of all time, and it's not even close.
WWE
You
just
can't deny
merged.
that about him. Yeah, they're kind of with the WWE. I was never really super into WWE stuff, but it is kind of funny to just like have it on sometimes.
Yeah, my buddy Jake, my other buddy Jake, who was on the show,
Yeah,
he loves WWE. Like
he's a
he would
WWE guy. Yeah,
yeah, he and his roommates would skip out on doing stuff with us sometimes because he had to watch like
SmackDown,
I think he watched
WrestleMania.
yeah, he would skip for SmackDown like every Friday and then like WrestleMania is like once a year.
Yeah, it's the big event.
Yeah, which WrestleMania I always end up watching some sort of highlight from it because a lot of people go.
When I
Um
was in yeah, no, when I was in college, I had a friend that was really into WrestleMania, so he would have a party for it every year.
See that kind of
I'd
stuff would
and
be
I'd go and
awesome.
just get drunk. Like, I didn't know what the fuck
Yeah.
was going on, but I'm like, oh, I'll show up, whatever.
There is UFC is straight real fighting. There's
It's
a
real fighting, yeah.
there's a level of like entertainment though that I can really appreciate when it comes to um like a even though it's fake and it's all scripted, like WWE is like fun. It's like a live action television show, like actual
It's
live action, like they're doing it live,
yeah, it's I've heard it described as soap operas for men, and that's kind of what it is. Yeah, they're funny. I mean, there's some like Hulk Hogan had a hilarious fucking like scene where he literally got into a semi truck after like chaining some wrestler into an ambulance, and then
hmm
just rammed the semi truck into a fucking ambulance.
hmm
So like, there is funny shit that happens, but like, I don't keep up with it at all.
Yeah, I mean like every time The Rock comes back or like John Cena, I'll like pay attention. Um like John Cena was just back for like a season or like for like a few months for some reason. I think probably because of the actors strike. He just wasn't
Probably.
he
So
was like
yeah,
this is some easy money. The Rock came back in like 2012, like around the time but when before The Rock became like this really big star. Like people
yeah, the
forget that
biggest guy
like
in Hollywood.
yeah, like there was a stretch there when he first started out that he was like up and coming. People knew who he was, and he was kind of famous, but like he was in like The Game Plan and like horrible movies, right?
Oh yeah.
And then like around 2012 was when he was like getting like starring roles, like
Remember
Drink.
him in Pain and Gain?
Yeah, yeah, with
He
Mark
was
Wahlberg.
so fucking jacked in that movie. It was
Mhm.
crazy.
Yeah, that's apparently one of his better roles too. Like people actually like go back and were like he's actually trying to like be
I
somebody
kind
here.
of liked that movie. It was kind of
Yeah,
funny.
I heard it was good. Like even though it's based off of like this horrible event that happened,
It
people
was a
said
Michael
it's
Bay
good.
movie. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but it was like based on like a real thing.
Yeah.
I heard it was good,
Mark Wahlberg,
you know.
pretty decent.
But he went back to WWE like right when his like mega stardom was like starting. When he was becoming like the highest paid actor in movies and stuff. And then he's come back over the years. Like I think he was just there recently. Like they'll have him come out and like do like the whole like we've got two fighters in the ring kind of shit. They're all
Yeah.
pussies or whatever, but I don't know.
Shut up, bitch.
I'm kind of over him too at the same time.
Yeah. He's very mainstream. Normie feed. No.
Just plays the same fucking character. But who's gonna blame him? He gets paid like $60 million and he's jacked
Oh
all the
yeah,
time.
he's rich as fuck and crazy jacked.
Huge. All right. Now we're 55 minutes in, so we can get into the final part of this episode. Uh, so Jake, considering everything that we just watched today, obviously, because this isn't pre-recorded, Dolphins Ravens.
Oh my god. So we're picking for the oh Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. I guess Dolphins. I don't know.
Don't this is the last time we're ever gonna do like picks, so I'll go with the Ravens. Lions, Cowboys.
Oh mama. I'll pick the fucking Cowboys, I guess.
Cool. I'll go with the Cowboys too. Bengals, Chiefs.
Oh god. Did the Chiefs win today?
Yeah, but like by 10 points, so kind of just barely.
Yeah, not great. I guess I'll pick them again.
I'll
Chiefs.
go I'll go with the Bengals just because. Packers, Vikings.
Fuck. I'll pick the Packers.
I'll go Packers too, unfortunately. And Saints, Bucks.
Fuck.
I don't
I'll
even know
take
if this.
I don't know, man. Oh
The
shit. I'll
Saints
take the
did win.
Saints.
I'll go
Yeah,
with the
I'll
Bucks.
take the Saints.
I'll go with the Bucks. I think they're all right. Um, cool. So that's week 17 picks. Gonna be very interesting what they pick for week 18 for the Sunday Night Football game. There was a chance that it was going to be the Bears, but we are pre-recording
No.
this. I don't think there's any chance of the Bears are making the playoffs now after they
No.
lost.
9 games
After
lost.
they probably are going to lose. What do we play the Cardinals this week? They're probably going to fucking
Yeah,
lose,
I'll probably do that. Lose to them.
even though they should beat the Cardinals. No, no, they should. They should lose to the Cardinals though, actually, because they want Carolina to get a top pick.
Yeah. Oh man. Did they what did Carolina do today? They lose again?
They've won. They won
Did
on a
they actually win?
Eddie Pinero kicked a fucking game-winning field goal.
Oh mama.
So there's a remember guy.
Remote. Yeah. Remember when Chicago Bear
Yeah,
Eddie
we
Pinheiro
thought he was
beat
gonna be the guy.
Denver? Eh. I was never crazy high on him, to be honest.
No. I love Cairo, dude. Cairo is just so money.
Cairo is great. He's Brazilian as well. I think he's the only Brazilian player in the NFL.
That sounds right. I'll look it up. I can't imagine like anybody else. He's the first Brazilian, at least.
Wow.
That's what he's the only Brazilian. Okay.
There we
Um
go.
well, because Young Wei Koo's from Korea,
I believe so, yes.
right? And then there's a couple guys. They always pull guys like kickers are the one like that's the one spot where it's like you could probably pull them from anywhere. Um, it's just like you just have to have a foot anywhere that plays soccer, you're probably in a good
Yeah.
it's a good
Cairo was
bet.
a big soccer player.
Yeah. Well, it's just like that's what most kickers are. It's like they're kind of like soccer players who just like I don't know, they had the leg, but maybe not the rest of the skills, you
Yeah.
know? They weren't like Messi or anything. I mean, Messi is just like one of one, obviously, but um, I like Cairo. I not kicking with him today at the end of the half was just stupid, especially when you ended up
Two
needing those.
opportunities to
Yeah,
kick and that they just didn't.
you ended up needing those 3 points at the end. So
Yeah. Fucking morons.
crazy how that works out with
They're so
Chiefs,
bad.
dude. But I mean, they'll probably lose again to the Cardinals. They should lose to the Cardinals for the pick. So we didn't really talk about football at all this episode because this is recorded like a week or so out. But hope you had I think I'm gonna have this run maybe on Christmas, maybe the day after. But either way, hope you had a Merry Christmas. Hope you enjoyed my holiday gift of reading all my shitty high school journals to
Sad
you.
journals.
I know Jake really enjoyed it, obviously.
Yeah.
He was not sitting in pain at all.
It's a
Um,
little slightly torturous experience.
and that's the kind of vibe that we're going with for this podcast is just slightly torturous. Not all the way
I'd agree.
torturous, but just you should hate yourself when you're listening to just like when I listened to Come Town and I was like, I hate myself for thinking this is funny. Not that you're gonna think this is funny, but either way. Thank you so much for listening. Hope you had a Merry Christmas. We'll be back with another episode in a week. You can follow all of the links in the description. Check out, the YouTubes and the social medias and all that stuff. It's just at CTE Town for all this shit. I'm at Droopy, DROOWPY. Jake is somewhere in a fucking, somebody's goddamn cave, basically.
Okay, yeah.
But you know, just follow us, hang out, chill, all that good stuff. And yeah, see you next year, maybe? Or maybe, yeah, I think it's gonna be next year the next time the episode would come out. So see you next year, fuckers. Bye.